My name's Sam Ballantine. I was born in England. I come over 3 years later with my mum and brother and moved to a town 2 hours south of Perth called Bunbury. And grew up there with not many positive influences, which led to a bit of a bad run. I didn't have a father figure or any strong influences in my life, which kind of led to drug use and crime. In Bunbury, it's very bad for crystal meth, one of the worst places in Australia. And a few friends from school that we'd grown up with a few years later started to get into it and breaking the law without a positive influence. And the only person I had in Bunbury was pretty much myself. I didn't have family, I didn't have anyone to rely on, so I pretty much spiraled down a bad track. And then things started to get really bad. I started to notice mates were going to jail, getting done for serious crimes. Some of them were just losing it mentally. So I decided that I didn't want to go down that path anymore. I wanted to make a better life for myself, so I went and started thinking about going to boxing, training Western boxing, and I went to a place called OMAC Martial Arts, and I turned up at the wrong time and Muay Thai was on, so I decided to do Muay Thai.
Anything but an uncommon story. Countless individuals from all walks of life have found sanctuary in Muay Thai. It's extraordinary just how many people acknowledge the sport, having saved them from an otherwise bleak future.
Turn to light up the world where the fire burns so strong. I am choking, feeling reckless and provoking the world to see the other side. The world to see the other side. The world to see the other side.
Where there is purpose, there is fulfillment. Devoting oneself to a martial art like Muay Thai offers a great sense of accomplishment and life experience. You can't put a price on the ideals that this sport teaches so many.
Persevere, obliterate anything in my path. Hard to see me when I'm so high. Snapshots when I fly by. Picture perfect, recording live from down the way. Mixing up that potion, flew away up in the sky. Mind's free, it's gone away. Plans changed when the money ran out. New plans, renovation in the house. Green grass from miles away. Ace of spades, that's by the case. Life is good, I can't complain. Working hard just to maintain. See me rolling the Shantays with a thick red bitch like 2 Chainz. All red guts like bloodstains.
3 times Western Australian state champ, Sam Ballantine of Cal Sock Gym holds a record of 23 fights with 12 wins. Having previously struggled with being overweight, yet always wanting to have stepped into the ring, several years ago, Sam made the long-term decision to change his lifestyle habits and begin a fresh start with serious goal setting in the sport.
I had 5 fights in Bunbury, moving to a place called 8 Weapons, having 5 fights out of 8 Weapons with my coach Paul Foreman, and then decided to move up to Perth and take it on a more professional level, and then went to a place called the Thai Boxing Pit in Forestdale and had 20 fights 21 fights out of there. Then moved to a place in Canning Vale called Khao Sok Muay Thai with Thai trainers, Com Kit and Leng Tong and Darren Kurovic. And then I had 3 more fights out of their gym, and now I have had 25 fights, 12 of those wins and 7 knockouts.
Founded in 1996, Khao Sok is a Thai boxing gym situated in Canning Vale, Western Australia, and is run by Darren Kurovic. Alongside his dedicated team of trainers includes former heavyweight world champion Mark Pountney, as well as former Lumpini champ Com Kit Chanawong and the very knowledgeable Leng Thong, who has produced a number of champions in Thailand. With more and more Australian Muay Thai gyms seeing greater numbers of pro Thais joining their teams, this also adds another level of authenticity and strength to the gym's training regime. Sam has learnt firsthand that through commitment and a sense of direction, anyone has the means to turn their life around. Just the same as being in the ring, he will always strive to keep moving forward, never a step backwards. Originally from Glasgow, Scotland, Ricardo Piscaneschi is currently training at Khao Sok in WA alongside Sam Ballantine. As sparring partners at the gym, they each contribute to each other's training routine and play a significant role in their overall development.
I'm so thankful that Muay Thai has led me to a better life and a healthy life. A lot of the media with fighters tend to concentrate on the bad aspects of fighting, like it's a thug sport when it's like no real thug could ever really make it in Muay Thai. It's a dedicated athlete sport where you have to eat well, train 3 hours a night. It's total mind games. Like no criminal or thug lasts in this sport. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's for strong-hearted. It's the sport of the kings. It's Muay Thai.
Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential, impossible is temporary, impossible is nothing. Muhammad Ali.
I occasionally visit Bunbury, where I'm from, and still sort of see some of those old mates that I grew up with and got into the bad things with, and One of them recently, 9 months ago, sadly took his own life, and about 3 months after that, one was murdered, and both of them, as far as I knew, had a long history of drug problems and drug abuse.
So where do you think you would be now if you never found Muay Thai?
Probably either dead or in jail, guaranteed.
How does that make you feel now that Muay Thai did come into your life?
I don't know what to say. I've always thought something somehow has watched over me, and because the amount of things that went through constantly, and I look back on some of my friends and I think why me? Why did I get led to this path? Like, why am I now healthy, happy, have a good life, have a good girlfriend, have good friends, and such a positive influence that I think will stay with me for the rest of my life. I'll never forget Muay Thai, and I actually owe my life to it.
Do you have a message for any young kids that are leading down the wrong track?
You have to completely remove yourself from that environment. I moved from Bunbury to Perth, and I knew, I think, about one person, probably my brother, and I lived about an hour from him, and I knew if I went back to Bunbury and I was around that, I would have never gotten out of it. So you have to just completely remove yourself from any of that. And there's definitely more to life than drugs and crime. There's so much more.
There is a great sense of timelessness about Thailand and its rich culture. The distinct presence of spirituality amongst the Thais offers a very inspiring and intriguing impact for visiting tourists. Although a poverty-stricken country, Thailand generally offers a great deal of hospitality from its locals, as well as a majestic abundance of natural beauty throughout the kingdom. Particularly for male Westerners who come to train in Thailand and are surrounded by excessive temptations at their disposal, ranging from narcotics to women and a non-stop party at every corner, it can be easy for them to become sidetracked from their intended commitments. Some may fall hard into this trap and find themselves being distracted significantly from training. It is nothing short of a testing scenario for these males and their discipline in their priorities. The much respected Sitsong Pinyong camp in the district of Nong Bong, just outside Bangkok, has been a fast-growing, reputable gym since just 2009 and has already been recognised as one of the best. Created by Tim Dharmajava, director of WBC Muay Thai and former Fairtex gym manager, Tim possesses a great deal of knowledge and experience in Thai boxing gyms. Home to the renowned WMC world champion Kem, the gym has seized numerous champions and has seen countless top-ranked fighters sweat it out at Sitsong Pinyong. The evolution of a fighter is never-ending. Their journeys are sacred and a tribute to who they have become. These fighters constantly set new goals and ambitions for what they hope to achieve. Louis Regis, like so many, makes it a custom to visit Thailand to seek new knowledge as well as refresh the old. Naturally, these fighters establish deep bonds within the motherland of their beloved sport.
Hey, my name is Luis Regis. I'm a Muay Thai fighter. I'm fighting tonight at Bungli Stadium in Phuket. Decided to take this fight in about a week or 2 week notice. I've arrived at Sitsong Pinyong in Bangkok last Sunday, trained for a couple of days, then came to Phuket, trained at Sitsong Pinyong in Phuket for another couple of days, and here I am ready to fight tonight. So today we're heading over to Ajahn Stoy place to get another Sakyan. This is going to be my third Sakyan by Ajahn Toy. I've read a lot about him, and I know he's got a lot of followers, and I believe a lot in the power of the Sakyan as a Muay Thai fighter. I believe that all helps in motivating me and give me strength for the fight. So back in the day, Thai warriors used to get their body covered with sakyans for protection and to give guidance in the battles. And even days like today, Thai fighters still get sakyans. Not everyone, but whoever believes on sakyan gets them for protection in the fights. I believe there's many different types of sakyans. I've got a couple different ones. I've got an elephant on my knee. After having a couple surgery on my knees, I approached Ajahn Toy and I explained to him what happened to me, and he suggested me to get the elephant, which will give me strength and hopefully not having any more problems on my knee. And I'm happy that after I got sakyan, I've never had a problem with my knee. I feel stronger than the other one, so I believe in the power of this sakyan. As long as I think sakyan is pretty much like a lot of other things that people believe on. It's you have to believe. If you don't believe, it's not going to work. Yeah, I believe a lot in my sakyans. It gave me strength to train more and keep going forward. So.
จึงมาเป็นพระนวโลกุตัพคำแจกข้าพเจ้าขอทำการสิ่งใดขอจงมาปาสิทธิคุณศรีนารสีนาสีตาโวสีตาไฟคุณประสี108 ตนที่มีพระมนต์อันศักดิ์สิทธิ์จงมาประสิทธิวิทยาให้แก่ข้าพเจ้าโดยพระธรรมจิตคัมภีร์โดยมหาอุสังโลภูมาอาภัมมาจุปีสีกะระติกะระหังหวังวานานาเวนะหาชาติตีสีแต่พูดน้ำมูนะกะระหังกะนะจะพระอาสานกรนะกะนะอาการพุทธังคงกพันตะเรถังเอสัพคงคังคงนะตะตันติตะตันโตนะโมตันตินะโมตันโตนะโมตันติตันติตันโตนะโมตันติวิงวังกังหาอิติอากรานามโหนติเอหิปันธังกึงเดโสตายะอะหังลุกา
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phuket Thai Boxing Muay Thai. Super real fight, the greatest of the year. Big fight, big fight, big fight. Darun Wonderful promotion. Tonight. Bangla Boxing Stadium. Bangla Boxing Stadium.
It is important that we eliminate the stigma that has been unfairly attributed to young children in Muay Thai. As outlined earlier on in the season, there is so much of this sport that is overlooked, so much misunderstood. These children gain countless life skills including confidence, respect and discipline. The unexplainable fulfillment which they experience throughout training and fighting is a gift in itself. The underlying factor that separates this sport from the rest is the unsurpassed presence of respect and values. So often you will witness the beauty of an honourable battle which sees a fighter take to their knees and bow with the utmost respect and acknowledgement towards their opponent. Some children spend hours sitting in their rooms, glued to a TV or a computer screen. These children spend hours being active and striving to improve themselves. Some children develop a poor outlook on life, which sees them expecting something for nothing. These children often come from poverty and have nothing, yet develop work ethic and learn about earning their way through life. Some children waste their time idle in a daydream. These children learn patience and chase a dream. Think about it. Fighting in Thailand is unique. Very few places outside of the kingdom will see a fight with the same purity of its style. 5-round battles here usually carry out through a progressive form. Unlike the westernized fights, which commonly sees the abrupt method of combat from the first bell, Thailand generally presents a more relaxed and gradual approach developed throughout the rounds. Although this may not be a preference for all, it is certainly a mutual understanding in the kingdom, and most who fight here will often respect and accommodate this prominent style when they are in the ring.